Good morning again, everyone. It's Tuesday morning here. So yesterday I did manage to get both the skin and the frame, if you can see it there, pretty much back to bare metal. There's still some small spots on the frame to get to, just the awkward places, but pretty much 99% of that is done. So today's plan, and I haven't got all day, I've got some other work to do, there's 3 dents in the back of here, which I'll show you in a sec. Want to get that panel beaten out. I need to repair some of the shape across the top of the frame, get it all cleaned up and ready, and if I can get access to a spray booth today, I'll get that into EP maybe this afternoon, depending if I get time. So there's 3 dents. There's one there, you can see it in the light, there you go. It shows it in the light a little bit. There's another one there, and then there's a long dent in here, which doesn't look as bad on camera, but that one feels the worst. But we'll start with the small one over here. We'll go and put a little bit of highlighting ink on that and just give that a light panel beat. So the other issue I need to fix up is the shape in the shape across here. There was some damage that's happened at some point in the past. You can see there's a low spot there, there's low here. So that's as far as I'm going to go today with the skin, as far as the repairs go. That feels pretty good by hand. The sweep says it's okay. The worry is that if I overwork the panel, we put too much shape here. And when we fit this skin onto the frame and we turn that edge, that's also going to have, the tendency to perhaps put a little bit more shape into that. So I just want to make sure we don't go too far on that. So we'll leave that there. It feels good by hand. Yeah, I think that should be fine. So yeah, rest today I've got to, I'm not going to video it, but I've got to turn these 4 panels into front wing, front guard, bottom lower repair sections. So I've got 4 to make today. So providing I get those done, then perhaps this afternoon, if I can get into the spray booth, we'll get the inside of this skin put into epoxy, but we'll see how we go. Okay, it's still Wednesday here. I did manage to get these 2 pairs of front wing sections made up for the Capris. So I'll show you where they go. So that's going to go. So that's a Mark 1 Capri wing there. It's not in very good condition, but I use it just to check my patterns out. So this is the. Can't put it on with one hand, obviously it won't go over the top because it's the same size. But yeah, that basically goes there. Yeah, so if you are interested in seeing how to make those, yeah, I have put a link down in the video description so you can go and check that video out if you want to. So I did run out of time today. I'm not going to get a chance to put any epoxy on the inside of this tailgate skin. I've currently got it sitting in acid again, so I'm going to have to wipe that all back off again, re-oil it, and then hopefully we'll get that done tomorrow. All right, morning everyone. It's Friday morning here. I let the epoxy on the skin and the frame dry since Wednesday afternoon, and it was in the spray booth with the oven on, so it's had plenty of time to dry. So I came in this morning and done a little bit of prep work. So I've just used the Worth rolled through primer just around where the window aperture goes, because that's going to be spot welded. I've scuffed up the 3 long tabs. That's going to be glued, and this is also going to be glued as well. So that's all ready to go. So I've also used a little bit of this Worth cavity protection. It's quite a greasy product. I've just sprayed that. Not sure if you pick it up. I just sprayed it all in there, just around. Didn't go too crazy, just giving everything a bit of a light coat just to help. All right, so today I'm going to be using this 3M product. I've never actually used this one before, to be honest, but you generally get what you pay for with 3M. It's got its own mixer nozzle. I asked the guys down in the paint shop, and they said that you need to buy the special gun to get this out, but the gun was about the same price as the glue and not cheap, so I figured I'd try and work out some other way of getting it out. So my original plan was just to put a couple of sockets in the end here, and I was going to try and squeeze it out. I came into work yesterday, and my co-worker came up with a genius solution, so this is what we're going to do. So I welded just roughly a couple of small tubes on a piece of 5mm plate, so that's going to go in the back of there, and we're just going to put it inside a standard cartridge gun. All right, so I've not actually done this before. This is going to be a complete test run. Obviously, I don't have enough throw to get all the glue out, but I'm restricted to what we've got here, so we're just going to wing it and see what happens. So I've never used this product before, so I don't know how sort of viscous or thick or thin it is. So we're going to find out together, I guess. All right, so we're ready to turn our edge now. So I'm just going to use a flat toe dolly. Got 3 hammers I'm probably going to use. So we're going to start off with just a normal sort of planishing hammer, a little bit of shape to it. It's not too flat. And then as it starts to go down, we'll probably swap over to one of these two, depending on how much room we need to get in there. So I've got this sort of clamped down. You can see the flange of the frame is touching the skin all the way down, so we'll turn this edge, this area here, and then we'll move that clamp further that way until we've got it turned all the way down. So yeah, it's just a case of getting into it, I guess. So I want to put the flat dolly up underneath. You have to be very careful you don't tip the dolly in any direction, and you want it to be full support on there. If you tip it back, you're going to put marks into the panel, and if you pull it too far this way, you're going to bend the panel up towards yourself. So dead flat on the panel, pull straight up, and when we're hitting this flange, if we had handmade the skin, that bend radius would be very, very round, and we can move the panel wherever we want, because this is even though it's a genuine Ford panel, they've already turned the edges, and that's quite sharp, so we're kind of locked into what we're going to get. But I do have to be careful I don't hit the bottom of that flange. You want to be hitting the top to get the top over. And right, let's just start and see how we go. So at this point there, the flange is now starting to go over. We're no longer hitting straight there, we're going to go straight down because we're trying to make sure that flange doesn't walk over, and then we're making the panel shorter. And the other thing we don't want to do, we don't want to just create a fold, we want to create a teardrop shape. So we want the edge of that flange to touch the panel before the back does. That way we can adjust the gap afterwards should we need to. So going straight down. So now you can see that the edge of that skin is now touching the frame, but the back is still away. So we've got a nice teardrop shape there. So if we need to move, when we offer the panel up onto the car, if the panel's too wide, we can hit it inbound. If we want to grow it, we can go straight down and we can grow the panel. So we'll just keep working our way along. So you can see that distance there is not completely squashed yet, but you don't want to be having lumps and bumps and different shapes. You want that to be nice and even all the way along at this stage. So that's one side done. Like I say, it still needs a lot more finesse than that, but this is a 7mm drill bit, and before I took the original one off, I measured the gap and it wasn't even everywhere, but all sort of in this section was about 7mm. So we're 1/2 mm over. tighter there. Depends where you want to fit it, doesn't it? It's similar, and we still got to close that. Still got to close it up, so we're going to go tighter than that again. So I think we're somewhere on the ballpark. So this line here, that could be there. It could be anywhere you want. You're not going to. It doesn't actually go in line with anything. I guess you would gap it against the rear lights if you wanted to be a little bit fanatical about it. So I may bring the rear lights back in. That angle there needs to be pulled back out just slightly. If you want to argue about it. Yeah, look, that's got to be pulled out a little bit, so that's no drama. And then obviously got to go around the perimeter and finish off all the spot welds. Yeah, so thanks for watching. Unfortunately, gonna have to end the video here. Didn't quite get as far as I wanted to this week, but just short of time. But look, we've got the panel basically skinned. Still got to finish off the spot welds around the window aperture. There's still a little bit of tinkering to do and some adjusting edges and gaps and what have you and all that sort of stuff. But look, it's well on the way. Yeah, so if you can see those two rings in the background, that's probably going to give you a clue for next week. So I'm going to probably try and mount my car up on the rotisserie next week. So it'll be panels off, take the rest of the glass out, what's left of the interior, take that all home, get it out of the way, and we'll get this car lifted up and flip it over and see what issues we can find underneath. So tune in next week and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the notification when the video comes out. Anyway, that's enough for me this week. Thanks for watching again, and we'll see you next time.